Hello, hello. My name is Alan De Leon. My presentation will be on the Epic of Gilgamesh. The epic's prelude offers a general introduction to Gilgamesh, the king of Uruk, who was the two-thirds god and one-third man. He built magnificent ziggurats and temple towers, surrounded his city with high walls, and laid out his orchards and fields. He was physically beautiful, immensely strong, and was very wise. Although Gilgamesh was godlike in body and mind, he began to his kinship as a cruel despot. He lorded over his subjects, raping any woman who struck his fancy, whether she was the wife of one of his warriors or a daughter of a nobleman. He accomplishes building projects with forced labor in exhausted subjects grown under his oppression. The gods heard his subject pleas and decided to keep Gilgamesh in check by creating a wild man named Enkidu, who was as magnificent as Gilgamesh. Enkidu became Gilgamesh's great friend, and Gilgamesh's heart was shattered when Enkidu died of an illness inflicted by the gods. The epic begins with Enkidu. He lives with the animals, sucking on their breasts, glazing in the meadows, and drinking of their watery places. A hunter discovers him and sends a temple prostitute into the wilderness to tame him. In that time, people consider women and sex calming forces that could domesticate wild men like Enkidu. To bring them into the civilized world, when Enkidu sleeps with the woman, the animals reject him. Since he is no longer one of them, now he is part of the human world. Then the harlot teaches him everything he needs to know to be a man. Enkidu is outraged by what he hears about Gilgamesh excesses, so he travels to Uruk and challenges him. When he arrives, Gilgamesh is one of the forced into a bride's wedding chamber. Enkidu steps into the doorway and blocks his passage. The two men wrestle fiercely for a long time, and Gilgamesh finally prevails. After that, they became friends and set looking for an adventure to share. Gilgamesh and Enkidu go on a journey to kill monsters that guard the forbidden forest, which they cut down all the trees. When they come back to Uruk, Ishtar, the goddess of love, is rejected by Gilgamesh. From her anger that she was turned down by him, she goes to her father Anu, the god of the sky, and sends the bull of heaven to punish him. As both Gilgamesh and Enkidu wrestles the bull and kills it, the god decides that one of them needs to die, and they choose Enkidu. He becomes ill and passes away, by which Gilgamesh is heartbroken by his passing. As a greeting for Enkidu, Gilgamesh exchanges his garments for animal skins and sets off to find Ignacism, the Mesopotamian Noah. The gods had granted Ignacitim eternal life. Gilgamesh is hoping that Ignacifish him can tell him how he can avoid death too. When Gilgamesh insists that he was allowed to live forever, Ignacisim gives him a test. If you think you can stay alive for eternity, he says, surely you can stay awake for a week. Gilgamesh tries and immediately he fails the challenge. So Ignacisim orders him to clean himself up and put his royal garments again and return to Uruk, when he belongs. When Gilgamesh returns to Uruk, he is empty-handed, but reconciled at last to his mortality. He knows that he can't live forever, but the humankind will. Now he sees that the city he was reputed in, and his grief and terror is a magnificent, enduring achievement. the closest thing to immortality to which a mortal can aspire.